Yo, what's up, everybody? How
What's
you
going
doing?
on?
It's a new one. It's a new one.
It's a new day.
One.
Yes.
New episode of Critical and Thinking Podcast with Ty Barnett
And Ian Harris.
Yeah.
What's happening, everybody?
Hey, man.
You know what?
That term now takes
go
on
live on my page, by the way.
That term takes new meaning every day. Like, what's going on? What's happening? Every day. It's like
a lot of it's going on.
When's the last time you said nothing?
Right.
When's the last time anybody just said nothing, man? Just chilling. You know, we just saw the Stones are touring. That's that's the biggest news around. When's the last time you had just that day? Like,
right.
It has not. And so we're gonna cover up a bunch. We're gonna cover a bunch of things this episode. Some stuff frivolous and some stuff meaningful, but it'll be mostly meaningful because we try to keep the public informed because we have not been drinking the Kool-Aid like it seems like more and more people are every day.
Yes, so, it's and there's two flavors of Kool-Aid right now.
Oh my God,
there's a couple flavors. I ain't gonna lie, there's a couple flavors of Kool-Aid out there.
And we got a special feature, by the way, in honor of all of the pardons that the dictator wannabe is handing out, and it's called Pardon Watch.
Pardon Watch 2020.
So what we will do is every 10 minutes we will alert you on who the latest pardon is. From the dude in office. I think he's going for the entire
record.
What's the not the Hall of Justice? What's the other one? The Legion of Doom. I think he's trying to get the Legion of Doom in there at some point. What up, Corey? What up? I see you, Ian. What up, Tayshawn? Oh, I'm saying his name wrong. I'm so bad. Sorry about that. Tayshawn. How do you say that? I'm sorry. Tashami. Jesus Christ, I feel like that Key and Peele episode. I
have to put it in it.
What is that? But welcome, everybody. Welcome to the show. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. So,
let's talk.
You know what's crazy, dude, is, sometimes when shit is happening where you watch a movie and then you see, like, the second act. Usually it was the second act where the bad guy is, at their height of badness.
Right.
And then, the third act is when people kind of come in. We've been stuck in a perpetual second act for like 3 years. Like, this has been bananas, bro. Like, this dude didn't take the acquittal. When I say acquittal, I'm putting that in huge air quotes, bro. He's still impeached, no matter what you Trumpsters say. He's still impeached, and he's still the first president, quote unquote, to be impeached in his first term. Right. That will never go away, bro.
And if he gets a second term, he'll be the first one to ever be impeached twice.
Tasham, yeah, there you go. Thank you for that. Thank you.
Tasha, me.
So, hey, what up, Thomas? I ain't seen you in a minute, bro. What up, Kim? So anyway, instead of taking that get out of jail free card from his buddies, his buddies in Senate, I'm sorry.
The Klan's fine.
There you go.
Why call it the Senate anymore? Exactly. Just call it the Klan.
And instead of taking that and saying, you know what, now I'm gonna lay low. This motherfucker just says, I'm going to go on a pardon. He's like the Oprah of fucking, you get a pardon, you get a pardon, and you get a...
Look under your chair. Pardons. Dude. But here's the thing, though. Is it really that? We talked about it last week. Is it really that weird? If you were a kid and you stole a candy bar from the store and they go, that's wrong, and you say, what happens? And they said, nothing. You get to eat a candy bar.
Exactly.
You'd be like... So, hey, it's illegal. Do I go to jail? No. Do I pay a fine? No. Do I have to put the candy bar back? No. So what's illegal about it?
Exactly.
It's bad.
Exactly.
Are you mad? No, I'm all right. You'd be like, I'm going to go back in and get some candy bars.
This is so
you wouldn't be like, well, my dad feels bad, so I'm going to.
The mindset, speaking of which, is my dad, he just got on there. What up, Laura? And what up, Kim? Here's the thing. You at some point, Trump supporters, you have to just admit you're on the wrong side and you're cool with it.
Right.
Stop with all the other stuff. This dude is literally pardoning criminals. Like, that's not even hyperbole, bro. He's literally pardoning criminals while at the same time.
Let's be technical. Of course, you can't pardon a non-criminal, Let's just
yes, but you know what I mean. He's going out of his way. Like, oh, I'm sorry. So this is what I mean. Let me clarify this. I'm sorry. I don't mean people that were wrongly convicted and they're criminals. I mean people that literally were guilty, pled guilty, evidence showed they were guilty, and they went to prison. I'm talking about those people. He's not pardoning Mandela. You know what I'm saying? He didn't pardon the Mandela. Yeah, that's right. Exactly. That's right. Oh, we got our first pardon.
Yeah, Corey posted for us. Thank you, Corey, keeping us up to date. Just in that Trump has just pardoned Lex Luthor.
Lex Luthor.
Congratulations, Lex.
Lex has, aside from trying to destroy the planet numerous times, he seems to be a good guy.
He's good. He was wrongly convicted. Okay, okay. He was really. What did he do? He used kryptonite once or something? Come on.
Plus, do we really know about Superman's papers? Do we really know?
He comes from a foreign planet. Okay, he came here illegally. Okay,
enough said.
I'm sure he broke down a wall or two on his way.
What up, Lil Rob? How you feeling? What up, Allison? So to me, this thing is, and like you said, so if he really hasn't learned his lesson and he's doing worse, at what point, you guys, are you just gonna be comfortable sitting in the filth that you're sitting in? Just stop pretending that you're still in a pristine tub.
That point was 2017. They've been sitting in, like, speaking of Mel Brooks, treasure bath, like filth bath. Where are my deplorables? Come in here, filth
Hilarious.
bath.
Lil Rob says El Chapo is anxiously awaiting.
Yes, exactly.
Well, I can tell you right now, he hasn't gotten to the black and brown people yet. The only black person he pardoned was Jack Johnson, who died over 60 years ago. Just so you guys know, he is an equal opportunity. He's not an equal opportunity, but he tries to pretend like he's equal opportunity partner. How do you pardon like living criminals now, and the only person of color that you pardoned was a dude that died 60 years ago, and he didn't even commit a crime.
Right, but funny, if you ask Trump, so why did you pardon Jack Johnson? He'd be like, number one, he's dead, so he can't be out fucking white women.
Hilarious.
Number two, I love the fact that he fucked a lot of really hot chicks.
Yes.
He was a really good, really amazing going out with the ladies. He was very flamboyant. Spent a lot of money.
This is fucking bananas. So here's what. Now, how can you rationalize any of this? Because really, the only thing you can do at this point is just say, yeah, this is who we with. It's almost like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if you ever watch New Jack City.
Yeah, of course.
But you know, it's like if everybody who was with Nino Brown is like, yeah, he kills people and throws old people off of buildings and stuff, and he gave us a turkey last week.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's that type of mentality from these cats that is becoming so weird. Like the TV's on, by the way. I don't know what that means. But are we using this?
No.
That'd be dope if we could. So yeah.
And meanwhile, Trump is the Chris Rock character after he just. Yeah, he got out and he stopped smoking crack.
Yeah.
and now he's working in the crack field, and all of a sudden there's crack everywhere. I can pardon people.
This is hey man. So like I said, we've been stuck in a perpetual act 2 for all of this time. And yeah, you're right, Rob. And some people are eating it up and falling for it. That is true.
Can I say something really quick? I want to say this quote really quick. Well, you know, continue.
No, go ahead. What's the quote?
So,
what up, April?
This is just something, and it gets to something I wanted to talk about later anyway, but about the whole Bloomberg thing. Everyone's so upset about Bloomberg right now. Bloomberg is polling, and first off, can we please stop? I just want to say this real quick. The DNC, there is no conspiracy for the DNC to back anybody. There isn't. Here's how you know, okay? Use a tiny bit of critical thinking. See?
That's right. Critical thinking podcast.
Critical thinking. Use a little bit. Listen. Back in August, all I heard was, "Oh, DNC's at it again. They're rigging the election, not influencing, not wanting Joe Biden.
The specific word was rigged.
They are rigging the election, and Joe Biden, it's just going to be another 2016, and we're going to have Trump again because they're rigging it, and they're going to give some dumbass centrist like Joe Biden, they're rigging it for Joe Biden. Joe Biden's their guy. They want Joe Biden. They're rigging it for Joe Biden. It's all fake. There's nobody. Bernie doesn't get a vote. Joe Biden's going to get it. It's rigged for Joe Biden." September comes along, and all of a sudden, Elizabeth Warren, who is the second most progressive candidate in the fucking play, not a fan of the establishment, nor are they a fan of hers. All of a sudden, as soon as she's surging, the DNC's rigging it for Elizabeth Warren.
Yes.
She's Hillary 2.0.
They're rigging it for everybody except Bernie.
And then Buttigieg wins Iowa. Oh, Mayor Cheat. Yeah. He's Mayor Cheat.
They have these names already in the chamber.
They're rigging it for Buttigieg. Now they're rigging it for Bloomberg. Yeah. Here's the thing. If the DNC is rigging it for all these people, don't worry about it because they suck at rigging. If they were rigging for Biden and Biden fell off, and they're rigging it for Warren and Warren fell off, and they're rigging it for Buttigieg and Buttigieg did okay, but Bernie still's tying him and beating him in the popular, then quit worrying about what
obviously the rigging is not working.
Right, so who cares? They suck at rigging. They rigged it for Hillary, and she lost to Trump. So let's stop with.
By the way, I want you guys to think about that for 2 seconds. And this is just a basic common sense statement. If Hillary was that powerful as you guys keep trying to make her seem to be, 3 fucking years later,
she kills
how in the world did she not get the presidency? So she's strong enough to do all of this other shit.
And how come she didn't knock off Trump by way of old age? Like she knocked off all these other
people. Hold on. Wait, we got another one. Pardon watch 2020. Thanos.
Congratulations,
Thanos. You have been pardoned by Trump.
You can come and get your glove back.
That's right.
It's over in
you can pick up all your Infinity Stones on the way out, and why don't you snap a couple of those DNC riggers out of the way at the same time?
So here's something for those of you who are
what up, Kari? What up, Judy?
For those of you who are watching live, I feel I should let everyone know I'm not black.
What I
don't know. No, because this is what I want. I wanted to quote this guy. He didn't say I could quote him, so I'm not going to say his name. But I don't know the guy. He's a guy I saw on Facebook, and I love this quote where people were talking about Bloomberg and rigging this and that this and that, and he was a black dude, and some other black people were talking about, I can't believe stop and frisk and blah blah. If you're voting for Bloomberg, you're a racist and blah, blah all this kind of stuff, right? And he went off and off and off, and all these people were going off about you're racist if you vote for Bloomberg. And let me please state that I am not voting for Bloomberg, and I don't know anybody that is voting for Bloomberg, at least not many, who are voting for Bloomberg in the primary. But what we are talking about currently is the OJ got pardoned. Oh wait, never. Okay, that's
hilarious.
The Ian Harris is not black. Thank you, Corey.
I know.
I know. It's shocking to a lot of people. A lot of people just thought I was an albino black person.
Hilarious.
But here's the thing. So anyway, here's the deal. They were saying I don't know anybody's voting for Bloomberg, but what we are talking about when people say I will not vote for Mike Bloomberg.
Right.
They're talking about if he gets the nomination and it comes down to Bloomberg versus Trump. And their reason is because of stop and frisk, which was fucked up, and he has at least apologized, and said that he doesn't believe in that anymore, which Trump hasn't, by the way.
Ever.
He's never apologized. He's never admitted he was wrong on anything. Definitely not even stop and frisk. I think he's a fan of it. But here's the thing. If you are worried about Bloomberg being a racist or Bloomberg not being good on certain issues, which he isn't good on certain issues, newsflash, Trump is worse on all those issues, including
and
racism.
He's actually demonstrating how shitty he is on these things.
Right. So here's this guy. This guy was telling about that. I love this post. He said, and again, if he wants to chime in later and say who he was, cool. But I don't want to throw his name out there.
Really?
He just didn't respond. He wasn't on Facebook when I liked his quote. So I said, hey man, can I quote you? But he didn't. So I'm going to quote him and not put his name out there. Anyway, he said, I'm really sorry. He goes, I'm really sorry. Some black voters are so ignorant of the history. That they somehow find it impossible to vote for a racist candidate when that candidate is running against an even more racist candidate. If black people refused to vote when both presidential candidates were racist, then we wouldn't have voted for anyone for most of our history.
Yeah.
Hell, LBJ was a stone cold racist who had years of history behind him, just as depressing as Bloomberg's. And yet, black people were smart enough to know that he was still a lot better than Goldwater. And they came out and voted for him in droves. And black people have, through most of our history, when we could vote at all, had to vote for far worse than Bloomberg to protect what little we had. Now, we have these snowflakes coming along that are willing to hand over the election to the Republican Party, which has been trying to roll back all the gains of the civil rights movement that previous generations fought so hard to win. Some are actually dying for what we have today. They've already taken away Voter Rights Act and would love to do worse. And these people that can't cross the line if Bernie isn't the nominee. If I like Bernie a lot, this is me reading the guy's quote, but if I have to vote for Bloomberg, I'll do that in a New York minute to keep Trump and the racist Republican Party from establishing permanent authoritarian domination of our politics and culture. It's sad.
Two things.
It's sad that we have to make a choice, but it merely follow the American tradition of black people saving the nation from even worse fate.
We've done it many times.
Right. He's like, and if the previous generations did it, then we can't abandon the struggle just because our favorite candidate is passed by. Grow up. Life lessons. Life is sometimes cruel. Life is sometimes cruel. You just don't give up.
How do you think we got the house back?
Right.
That because black people came out and voted. Black people have been the saviors of this country, and as well as the builders of this country since this country. Period. Now let me tell you where I'm at with Bloomberg, just so you guys
thank you on this side. Marianne, Scott said critical thinking. Thanks. We try to do our best.
Here's my thing with Bloomberg. I don't want to vote for him.
Fuck no.
I don't want to vote for him. But let me tell you this: if it came down to him or Trump. Let me tell you, I'm gonna give you a little side thing here, aside from policies, aside from stop and frisk, aside from just pardoning blatant criminals.
Oh, really quick, pardon watch, Voldemort.
Oh, Voldemort! There you go.
Good one.
Yes.
Newest pardon.
Good for you.
Good job. He hasn't really done much. He was wrongfully convicted.
It was at Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Yes, Harry Potter. Fucking liberals, bro. Fucking liberal. That's the fucking glasses told me that.
Right.
Anyway,
he reads.
Here's my thing. Aside from stop and frisk, aside from all that, literally every hate group in America supports Trump. I'm gonna say it again. Every hate group in America supports Trump. Meaning, so this is why I say it's important for you black folks out there and everyday citizens in general. The average citizen, the average Trump supporter is dumb. I'm just gonna say that. Sorry, if you get mad at me, you're probably not watching this anyway. But they also are angry and they feel like whatever they do to protect that guy is justified. Look at the guy that bombed CNN and sent the bombs to the former presidents. All this stuff. Look at the guys that shot up the synagogue. Look at the guys that shot up the mosque. Those are average citizens. We're not talking about somebody from Trump's cabinet that's coming out trying to get you. We're talking about average citizens. My whole point is this. If you give this guy another 4 fucking years, do you understand? You're basically saying, I don't care at all what happens, at all. Now, Bloomberg doesn't have the same supporters, meaning that the average citizen the average Trumpster is not gonna feel emboldened. These motherfuckers can't wait for this guy to get another 4 years.
Right.
Do you understand? So when I say to you, yeah, he may not be. I honestly don't think he's going to get the nomination. I think this is really just another thing. Because what did we say? We said this the other day. When one person drops out, they throw in a person.
Well, here's the other thing: is that we have 7 viable candidates right now, all getting like 9 to 15% of the vote. So even everyone's like cheering about Bernie Sanders. I like Bernie Sanders. That's cool if he gets it.
He'll get my vote.
He's getting 25% of the vote right now. Which means that there's 75% of the vote that is going elsewhere. Yeah. So when Klobuchar drops out, or Warren drops out, or Bloomberg drops out, or Biden, Buttigieg, they're going to drop out. When they drop out, their voters, their supporters, are going to go to one of the other candidates. And so to say that we know for a fact that Sanders is kicking everybody's ass, yeah, when there's 7 fucking people in there. We don't know that when there's 3 people or 2 people, that he's still going to be at 25%, right, or is he going to go to 75%? We just don't fucking know yet. Has he peaked out? Is all the people in the world that want to fucking vote for Bernie Sanders is 25%, and when these guys drop out, they'll all go to Bloomberg? I don't fucking know.
Hey, auntie. No, but you're right, and that's what I'm saying is that it's still so early in this. But what you guys cannot do, if I had to give these. And I use the term loosely, these human beings credit. The Trumpsters.
Yeah.
If I had to give them credit, they are unified in supporting their cult leader. They are not swaying from any fucking thing at all. Not treason, not lying, not bribery, not corruption, not fucking cheating, not any of that, not kids in cages, none of that shit. None of it bothers them. None of it. God damn, I want to fucking punch something. None of that bothers them. Right. Now, let me tell you why that's a benefit, and this is the only thing holding this motherfucker up, is because they say, we don't care. We don't care.
Right.
So them not caring is why this dude is doing all the evil shit to the entire fucking country. Meanwhile, you guys on the other side, for some reason, goddamn, use your use your thinking on this. Even if you say that these two are the same, first of all, they're not, because the Klan doesn't support Bloomberg.
Right.
Neo-Nazis aren't going around waving Bloomberg flags.
But a lot of people would say but he supports them. The Jewish guy?
Exactly. At the end of the day, the average citizen that you have to see, that you have to deal with, that will probably come into a church and try to shoot motherfuckers up, that person only supports one of these two. One. It's not even a fucking guess. It's one. And you're telling me it's not worth you, even if you think that they're the same, it's not even worth you saying, you know what, let's just get that guy out. Let's get that dude out right now so we can kind of clean this other shit up. What did Paul say? Paul says Warren's voice is too weak for me to vote for.
I think he's kidding, but I mean, she obviously, she's a woman, but I hope he doesn't mean this.
Spray tan
obviously,
so
he's being funny, but
so he can have a reflection. His toupee. Hey, did you see the picture of the outline of his face? How it's super pale. It's so he's a toupee wearing vampire. I think he's a vampire, bro.
Wait, well, here's the thing. How come Bernie Sanders has a heart problem and Bloomberg has stents in his heart and Biden has a heart problem? I mean, Warren's doing good.
I think this dude is drinking kids' blood.
Trump. I mean, I don't think he's got great health, but why won't he die already?
Hey, man, evil for some reason. I think the Emperor from Star Wars is fucking helping him out. Lil Rob says did some research.
Pardoned next.
Huh?
He's probably pardoned
I know, right? We're coming up on another one. Lil Rob said did some research and have mixed emotions on Bloomberg. Just another wealthy guy that's probably doing this for his own benefit and throw a bone in there. I'm not debating. I'm not saying not debating. I'm not doubting that he has his own motives for doing this, Rob. I'm not saying that at all. And I'm not saying this dude is the perfect candidate. And I will not
even close. Yeah.
I am not saying that he gets a vote from me. I'm saying if we're gonna go comparison to comparison, we see what Trump is doing. Right. And more importantly than that, we see what Trump's supporters are doing. This is what people don't understand. It is bigger than this one guy. It really is, and I can't stress this enough. It is bigger than one dude. We're talking about the people on the ground that believe that this dude is their messiah, bro. Do you understand how crazy motherfuckers can be when they think that they're fighting for a just cause? It happens. It's killed leaders. It's killed multiple fucking leaders, bro. So when you guys sit there and act like we can take another 4 years of that thinking, you got a problem, man.
Well, the thing is that at least they don't care about their vote, which is good, because if Trump wins, we are not going to be voting anymore. So that's good. So I'm glad you people don't care about your vote. But can I want to put out some logic here, and I'd love to have anybody refute me on this. Go with me for a second here, Ty. I heard our buddy Brett and a few other people. So I've been counting, okay, because people say, man, it's not just the Bernie supporters. By the way, I hate saying Bernie supporters because I like Bernie. I've supported Bernie for a long time. He's not my number one choice right now because of his age. That's it. And that's ageism. Okay, so it's ageism. I don't think he's going to be 88 and still running in 4 years or whatever.
That is possible, Corey. We'll get to that in a second.
So if he picks a great fucking VP right now, I'll go vote for him because I know that if he dies, okay, Elizabeth Warren is going to take it or Stacey Abrams is going to take it. Cool. But here's my point. When I say Bernie supporters, I'm talking about the Bernie or bust people. Everyone was like, because they're saying they won't vote if it's not their guy. Or they'll give a list. I'll vote for these three begrudgingly, but I won't vote for this guy or this person, right?
Right.
And all my Bernie friends are like, no, dude, that's not true. There are no such thing as Bernie or busters. Blah, blah. So I
hate when people say that, bro.
I started counting people I actually know, by the way, not people that are just like Facebook friends, people that I actually know, I know exist, okay? And so
Thanks
far
for tuning in, Scott.
In the last week, I've had 41 people on the Bernie side tell me they won't vote if it's not Bernie.
Yeah.
Or they will even vote for Trump. Okay.
You see what I'm saying? This is
on the other side. People saying that.
How many, what's that number again? How many?
41 in a week of people I know on Facebook.
That's one person in just a week, by the way. Just so you guys.
And now, if on the other side, I found 3 people that said they wouldn't vote for anybody if not their guy, but they wouldn't vote if it is Bernie. So there's one candidate that they won't vote for. The 3 people. There's 3 people have one candidate they won't vote for, Bernie.
Right.
41 people have told me they won't vote for any candidate except for Bernie. But okay, I want to get to my point.
What up, Nate? What up, Jorge? What up, Sarge?
So
what up, Sarge?
People keep saying that Bloomberg, I've heard Bloomberg is a Trump clone. They're all the same. All Democrats are exactly the same. I heard this yesterday. I heard that the Democrats, hold on to your fucking hats, people.
Real quick, Paul says, if Bernie wins, the Grim Reaper will be the vice president.
But I heard that all Democrats are actually want Republican policies.
Right.
All of them, all the ones, Nancy Pelosi, every single one who's in office right now, even the Democrats. They're all the same,
right?
And they want the same tax cuts, and they really want Republican policies, and they just pretend to vote Democrat.
It's theater,
right? And that's why there's just a few less of them, and they vote those things because they know that they won't actually. Really, this is what somebody said to me. So, but here's the thing: they keep saying that Bloomberg is a clone. He's exactly like Trump. He wants all the same thing Trump's want. Okay, first off, that's empirically false because we know that he doesn't. Now let's say it is. Let's say that in his brain, Bloomberg's waiting so he can pardon Roger Stone.
Right.
Bloomberg wants to become a dictator. Bloomberg wants to go start a war with Iraq over Twitter. Bloomberg is gonna all the thing. He wants to have hamburgers every night in the fucking whatever. All those Bloomberg is exactly like Trump. He's gonna do all Trump's bidding. He wants the Christian right, even though he's not a Christian, to take over the country and have supreme rights over all these things. He wants to get rid of abortion. He wants to get rid of gay rights. He wants all these things. If that's what you're saying, because that's what Trump wants. If he is a clone, exact clone of Trump, and your argument is, I'm not going to vote for Bloomberg because he's an exact clone of Trump, then let me get this straight. You're okay with Trump, whose track record we know, but you're not okay with the clone of Trump,
right?
Whose track record we don't know, and who at the very least, the way we know he's not a clone is because he says he's not a clone. He says, I'm for climate change. I'm for these things. So wouldn't we at least go with the clone who pretends to care?
Yeah. So
who also doesn't have support of the Republican Party because he would be in as a Democrat.
Right. So just real. Paul just asked, help him understand how Bloomberg
is better than
Trump.
Okay. Can I say it really quick?
Go ahead.
Climate change. He is absolutely 180 degrees on every issue. He gets like an A rating on climate change for most people. Number 1. Number 2, he's not against gay rights. Number 3, he's at least admitted that his past policies might have been bad and racist, even if he still is bad and racist, which we know Trump is. He's not as bad and racist as Trump, at least. There's 4 things. How about the fact that Bloomberg doesn't, let's see, what's another one? Bloomberg is for gun control. He's very out there for gun control. Okay, there's a few things that we know that he's good at.
But I want to let me just say this real quick. And again, I don't know if Paul saw this when I said it earlier. Aside from the policies that Ian has listed, and I think he has some more as well. But aside from that, bro, it's the stuff on the ground that people are not, for some reason, I don't know why it's not that concerning to people. It's the stuff that's happening on the ground with people. It's the number of racists that are trying to be bolder in their racism. Right. The average citizen that's racist is trying to do more. Hate crimes have gone up every year since this dude has been in office. That's a fact. They've like 16% or something like that. So to me, again, that is bigger than a policy.
And also the fact what Ty is saying, but also this. Bloomberg will be going in as a Democrat. He will be looking for Democrat support, and he will have support of the Democrats in the House and Congress, and he will have the obstruction from the Republicans. Deontay, I think Wilder's going to fucking drop him again, and I think probably sooner than last time. But somebody, by the way, for those listening on iTunes, somebody asked, palate cleanser, Fury or Wilder, too. Who you got?
Wait, so I'm sorry, which ones?
So back to Deontay Wilder is the skinny dude with the fucking crazy power that you've never fucking seen. So Paul, here's another reason he's better than Trump. He is said he will be working at least on some level for the Democrats, and he won't be doing.
Oh no, Wilder. I'm sorry, I take that back.
He won't be doing the bidding of the Republicans, and he's not the best buddy of fucking of McConnell and those guys. So that's number one. But then you say here, Paul, you said I feel like we're abused wives voting for who will beat us less. Well, okay, so let's use that analogy. You're an abused wife. You have a guy that's going to beat the fuck out of you and probably kill you, or the guy that might smack you around a little bit. Yeah, neither one of those are great. But those are the only two fucking choices you're left with. Right. So are you going to tell me that the guy who beats the fuck out of you with a baseball bat is just the same as the guy who smacks you on the butt or something? Like, come on, let's ease it up a little bit.
And this is why I say again, and Paul, I really don't think Bloomberg's going to get the number. I think he's throwing his hat in the ring. To Corey's point earlier, I think he's throwing his hat in there. You know, yeah. He probably, at the end of the day, I think he wants to not to have to deal with Trump, because I think there's something about the country that he doesn't like in general, because even if it's just the reputation of stuff. Hold on. But I will say that, again, to Ian's point, we know what Trump is doing.
Right. So let's try something different. Let's try the clone that's a little, right?
Yeah, we know what's happening. And it's not like, again, for you to say that they're absolutely the same. First of all, they're not absolutely the same.
Not even close.
And again, I come back to the most basic thing. And as a black man, I don't know. I can't speak for white people. I can't speak for Asian people. I can't speak for Hispanic people.
I'm a white person. I speak for everyone.
It's hilarious. But as a black man in America, seeing the rise of hate every fucking day, and seeing these idiot inbred fucks feel like they deserve all the shit, and they want to take shit back. You want to give them another fucking 4 years of that?
And the other thing is, Bloomberg is at least he is so sickened by Trump that he is spending all of his money. And he even said, which he's got now, maybe Sanders is the one exception, but he has said that even if he loses, he will continue to support. All of his staff will go to whoever the case. So Bloomberg just wants Trump out, whether it's him or not. Doesn't that make him better than Trump?
Exactly.
Now, one more thing really quick. Will here says, just so we'll understand, the deciding votes will be moderates in Ohio, Michigan, and Florida. How willing are moderates to vote for a socialist? Really quick, on my list right here of things I want to talk about is this fucking myth of electability. Go.
We have another. We have another Pardon Watch
2020.
Skeletor.
Congratulations, Skeletor.
You've been pardoned by the president.
Yes.
Now you got him, and He-Man. You get out of there and you leave him alone.
By the power of Trump skull. I don't know. You are pardoned. But look, Will. Here's what I'm not going after you, Will. But listen, I'm tired of hearing about who's electable.
That could be fair, okay? Paul. That's very fair.
Yeah. But I'm tired of talking about who's electable. Here's why. I talk about politics all the fucking time. When I'm on the road, on Facebook all day long, on fucking Twitter, here at the podcast, I talk to thousands of people probably about politics all the time. Here's the one thing I know for a fact. Democrats and Democrat-leaning people, whether it's moderates to super leftists, you would call them, that group of people that want basic freedoms and climate change legislation, and we want, civil rights, those issues are 65% of the electorate. Okay, so if we turn out to vote, we win. Now, I don't know a single Democrat, moderate or otherwise, that is on the fence right now. I don't know a fucking single Democrat who's like, well, I've voted Democrat my whole life, but this Trump, I don't know, I'm loving what I'm seeing right now. I might still vote for Trump. Now, every time they talk about, well, is Bernie Sanders going to turn people off? Look, the 35% of people that are voting for Trump are never going to vote. They think Michael Bloomberg is a fucking socialist.
There is nothing you can say to
get them.
Nothing.
And anybody, if there is 5% of people that are that fucking dumb that they're out there going, well, I got to see who the candidate is before I decide whether it's Trump or somebody else. Well, those people aren't thinking about anything. They're not remotely looking at the issues, so it doesn't fucking matter. All you need to do, even Bernie Sanders, just needs to appeal to their emotions. And whether they call him, they're going to call everybody a socialist. They're going to call fucking Bloomberg a socialist. Yeah. So it doesn't matter. So are they going to vote for a socialist? First off, he's not a socialist. He's a democratic socialist or a social democrat. He doesn't have. What does he want? He wants health care. Every fucking Democrat wants health care. He wants. Some of them want a few other things like universities, public universities, whatever. It's no more socialism than the fucking military or the fucking fire department. But even if that's the case, 65% of the electorate want these same things. And if you think that there's 20 to 30% of people that will be like, well, I really like Pete Buttigieg and I want gay rights and I want to stop the environment, but you know what? Man, he's just a tiny bit too left for me. I'm going to vote for fucking Trump. The only people I'm seeing that with really are the Bernie bros.
White dudes.
White dudes and white women. White women.
But let me come back to this.
But I don't think that, go ahead. Sorry.
I want to come back to my house money theory that I keep telling people is gonna it's gonna fuck up things. White males are the only ones, literally and white females are the only ones with this mentality of we could take another 4 years or not. I don't know any people of color. We got people on here that have been commenting, but even Paul says,
but again, are they moderates? They're not moderates.
No.
They're the ones who want to tear it all down in a revolution, which isn't going to happen with 53 fucking Republican senators.
Exactly. So you think that you guys aren't willing to storm a fucking castle. You're not willing to do that. So in the meantime, we need something that's going. Let me just read
stop the fucking bleeding.
Let me read something to you real quick.
But finish your point. House money.
Yeah. So this house money theory,
because they're not,
because you guys are not going to be affected. Again.
Directly.
As long as a white dude is in charge, white people will not be that bad off in this country. They won't. It is a fact. It is a historic fact. So they can walk around with that little bit of it's like a card they have in their pocket.
Although I would say they are wrong, and that when we lose all of our freedoms, we're all fucked.
They are, but in their head they think that it's not going to affect them. So that's why they can sit here and say, well, there's really no difference between a Bloomberg or a Trump. There's a huge difference because guess what? The Klan is not coming after you, white person. The fucking neo-Nazis aren't coming after you, white person. There's no Dylan Roof going and shooting up a white school. He shot up a black school. That's what it is. They're not shooting up white churches. They're shooting up synagogues. They're shooting up mosques. They're sending bombs to these. So you guys don't understand it. It's more than just about policy.
But they are taking they are taking your rights. As women, that's what
remember when you could get abortions nuts. When you wanted them,
right? Well, maybe it's all older white women that are just like, I ain't having an abortion, but
that's selfishness.
But it comes down to selfishness. And here's the thing: this idea that there's going to be some sort of that, I heard this from Mike, our friend. He said, "What you're not getting, Ian, is that we want major change. We want revolutionary change." And I'm like, I am getting that. The thing is that will not have. Even AOC said. Bernie doesn't have a fucking magic wand. So, which is something we said 2 weeks ago on the fucking, but here, it's not going to happen overnight unless we take back the Senate completely. I mean, shit, there were Democrats that opposed the ACA, Democrats that opposed the ACA. So how do you think Bernie or a Warren or anybody's going to come in overnight and magic wand a fucking revolution? Bernie's been a senator for 40-some years. He hasn't done anything that's caused a revolution. Him being the president is not going to cause a revolution.
By the way,
it's fucking stupid.
Do you think that they're going to let this dude just come in there and just take all the fucking shit they've been able to get away with for 3 years? So let me get this straight. You think Mitch McConnell and Lindsey Graham, you think those two dudes are just going to, as soon as Bernie gets in, they'll be like, okay, well, we're done fleecing the country. That shit ain't going to happen, man. You have to have gradual change. I just want to show you guys something.
Go ahead.
Just so you guys get an idea. Meghan McCain and AOC got into it. And let me tell you, this is what I mean, the difference between Trump supporters and literally everyone else. They don't see their own hypocrisy, and they stand behind their team. Meghan McCain is mad at AOC because she feels that Bernie supporters are deeply misogynistic. She's in the same party where a dude bragged about grabbing women by the pussy, and she's still in the party. Do you understand? This is my fucking point. Get y'all shit together, man. I'm not saying y'all got to be evil like these fucks, but get on the same fucking team. Otherwise, these fucks will destroy everything else that's left.
Well, and Will, you're saying not in California or Washington or New York, to my point. You're saying he's talking about Democrats. I'm talking about true moderates, those in the states that will decide the election. But again, I don't know. First off, there were a few moderates that voted for Trump back in 2016 in those states. But that's really not what happened, okay? Democrats didn't go vote for Trump. What happened was a lot of Democrats voted third party or didn't vote in those states. That's what happened. And there was a lot of people that just hated Hillary Clinton because they listened to the Russian propaganda and the Cambridge Analytica propaganda that we know now through the Mueller report was there to target people to not vote because to make Hillary Clinton seem evil so they wouldn't vote. So it wasn't that moderates were like, well, I'm going to vote for Donald Trump because Hillary Clinton was too liberal. The people that didn't show up in those states that are swing states or historically liberal states like Michigan and Wisconsin, they didn't show up for Hillary and they didn't show up for other reasons. And it's not the moderates we have to be worried about right now. It's the Bernie or bust people
or bust bros
who say they won't vote. I even had a guy say
I've had people say
it's Bernie or Trump, meaning he will vote for Bernie or he will vote for Trump. Now you think people the line is
I agree, Paul.
The line will is that moderates are closer to Republicans, so therefore if you give them somebody too far left, they'll vote for the Republican. Not true. Moderates don't want fucking Trump any more than we want Trump. Look at the moderates in the race. Bloomberg is a fucking Republican. They don't want Trump either. Nobody fucking wants Trump. The only ones that are willing to go with Trump, if their guy doesn't get in, are Bernie, the super Bernie. Again, it's only a few. It's not the majority of Bernie supporters. It's the Bernie or bust types. There's a big percentage of them. They are going to not. It's not the fucking moderates that are going to stay home. It's not. Find me moderates that say they'd vote for Trump over somebody. I just don't see it.
No, you're right. You're right. I want to say this to Paul's comment, just so. Because he's right when he says this, and I've been saying this about Democrats for a long time. If I had to pick an issue with Democrats, it's that you guys, Democrats, even Democratic voters and all these people, you guys think we're still in regular, normal times. Right. We're not. Those days are done. Facts don't matter anymore. Motherfucking left is right. Black is... All of this shit is different now. So if you're trying to approach politics the same way you did when your grandparents were making decisions or your parents were making decisions, you're wrong. This is why Republicans have the power that they have, because they know, they know deep down that they're shit. They know deep, but here's the thing: they're comfortable being shit, and that is a strength that they have. That's a superpower they fucking have that has allowed them to keep the fucking control that they got. Now, I'm saying all that to say this: I watched someone posted something on Facebook today, and they said, "Watch." It was on CNN. It was a Trump economist. On CNN, and he was talking about how Trump's economy is better and how he magically did all this stuff, even though he couldn't give them real details.
Right.
Here's my problem. He went through this whole thing. The lady put up the graph and said, no, that's not true. He talked over her, and she just said, she ended the thing. She put up the graphic and she says, "No, that's not true." I mean, he still keeps talking. He talks. That's Republican strategy. Yell louder. If they're yelling, yell louder than that. Act like you didn't hear what they said. Keep your point going. Keep going. Don't stop. Don't let them talk. That's been Republican strategy since this motherfucker's been in office.
Was this on Don Lemon?
No, it was a female anchor. I can't remember her name. But anyway, my point is this: she let this motherfucker come on national television and lie, and she ended the interview with saying, "All right, such and such, we'll have you back on." And I'm like, why? Right. Why in the fuck would you allow? First of all, why would you allow him on to lie? Because let me tell you, all Trump motherfuckers need. All they need is a snidbit. That's all they need to see. I just need to see someone say that Trump is better. Boom, I'm gonna turn the channel as soon as I see it. They're not gonna stay and watch the graph. They're not gonna stay and look at the stats. They're not gonna research the stats, period.
Right, they never do that on Fox News.
Exactly.
Fox News never has somebody on.
Never.
That they go, well, good point. Well, we'll see you next time.
Exactly. So let me tell you something. My point is, to Paul's point, Democrats, stop allowing these fuckers to lie. What if I was her? What all of these motherfuckers should do, if you're gonna have them on, which I don't think you should anyway. Right. But if you're gonna have them on, stop the interview, tell them they're dismissed. You're no longer allowed to speak because you've been lying, and get them off the air. Right. But if you allow them to continue to speak, all of these fucking Trumps, all they need to see is a little bit. Right. Just show me one person that agrees with what I believe that's on national TV.
Right. But here's the other thing. Those people. There were 35% of people, I think, that still supported Hitler after he went down. There's 35% of people that still supported Nixon after he went down. We have 35% of the country are absolute fucking morons. Of the world are absolute fucking morons.
Toby?
Think about it. I think it was Carlin that said, your average IQ is 100. So think about, your average person and realize that roughly 50% of people are dumber than that motherfucker.
Yeah.
So when you think of 35% of people that are hardcore Republicans that don't listen to facts, yeah, they're fucking dumb. You're not getting to those people. Right. Quit going after those people. Like when people are like, well, we need Mike Bloomberg because he can get them. We're not getting them.
That's not happening. Okay? I can tell you right now. I saw people today.
But moderates also aren't going to fucking vote for Trump either. Just get our base out. That's all we need to do.
That's all. Again, if 2018 didn't show you anything, I don't know what will.
Right. Let me tell you something. 9 million more votes nationally in 2018.
The only
9 million.
Understand this. The only reason this dude even got impeached was because of 2018.
Right.
That's it. That there is nothing else.
40 House seats we flipped in red. We just flipped an entire red state to entirely blue, okay, at the state level. When we turn out, they said so they said that Iowa was about the same as it was in 2016, right, which wasn't a horrible turnout, but wasn't a great turnout. New Hampshire broke every record, including during Obama, which was the record turnout.
Right.
New Hampshire had record turnout. And those are the only two examples we have right now. One that was good, average, but not great, right, and one that was record fucking turnout. When we had a not so great turnout in 2016, we had a not so great turnout. It was okay. And we had 20% of people that voted not third party or voted for Trump that were Democrats.
Right.
And Hillary still won by 3 million votes and lost 4 states over a combined 100,000 votes. In 2018, we had a higher turnout, and we had 9 million more votes Democratic. So when you say who's electable, anybody
you vote for,
you fucking vote for is electable. How fucking hard is this? Do you want Trump? No. Then vote. Will you vote for the other side? Yes.
Him.
That's electable. How fucking hard is it? So when you say to me, well, Bloomberg's not electable, what you're saying is I won't vote for Bloomberg. So what you're saying is I'm going to vote for Trump.
Yes.
That's it. That is it. We're going to have one person and Trump. That's it. This guy is electable if you fucking vote, you fucking idiots. Jesus Christ.
I know, Paul. The revolution is being televised. We ain't gonna be here much longer. I can tell you right now. I have to use Ian as a buffer.
Coming, Bloomberg. I'm gonna stop, but you can frisk.
I got to use Ian as a buffer. I gotta go out the back, and he can hold him off. In all seriousness, you guys, these aren't normal times.
No.
And we don't have normal regular candidates. We just don't. Even though if this motherfucker wasn't in office, most of these people you would be looking at way different. If Russia hadn't got involved and put all of this shit in people's minds, you wouldn't even be thinking some of the same shit you're thinking now. So the fact that we are here, the only thing that we got left is voting and actual critical thinking. That's the only thing that we got left. You're not gonna get help from McConnell. You're not gonna get help from Graham. They got too much compromising photos on those motherfuckers for them to do anything but look out for themselves. So you have to go vote. I honestly don't think it'll come down to Bloomberg, but if it does, he's not Trump.
Right.
He's not Trump. And again, if you decide not to vote, guess what you're deciding you're cool with? Right. You can spin it any fucking way you want to spin it. You can bend over backwards and contort. You can do all that shit. But if you choose not to vote, or if you choose to vote for that dude, you are actually comfortable with what is going on right now. Now, let me tell you, white folks, you can totally afford to be. You can afford to be.
Well, you think you can, but you can't.
At least right now. But anybody that's not white, I don't understand why you
and honestly, females, you shouldn't. But okay, can we break it down real simple too? Real simple.
Yes.
Please.
Break it down.
Break it down. This is how simple this is. You're in a room, okay? There's 100 people in this room. 60 of them want, I don't know, let's say it's fucking, 60 of them want to eat fucking hamburgers for dinner.
Yes.
40 of them want to eat dog shit. Okay? And
well, in some places, hamburgers can't be dog shit.
Right, but let's just say let's say a nice salad.
Okay.
All right? And then the other side wants to eat dog shit. 40 people want to eat dog shit. 60 people want to eat a salad. And the 60 people are over here going, we really need to eat salad. We really need to eat salad. Yes. And the 40 people are like, fuck, there's 60 of them over there. We really need to eat this dog shit. If we can convince 21 of them that there's no difference and they might as well, between the salad and the dog shit, and to not vote, we win by one vote, and we all get to eat dog shit.
That's right. That's where we are right now.
And that's where we're at. It's not so much about who. And so this group over here goes, you know, the head of your group over there is corrupt, and he's telling you salad's good, but I mean, salad's really not. Salad and dog shit are the same thing.
And those statistics on how good fiber it is, and in the roughage, come on, that's leftist stuff.
So we're literally over here going, there's 60 of us and 40 of them. We really don't want dog shit. And us 60 are going, how can we beat the dog shit?
Yeah.
Because this salad is the same thing as the dog shit. So how can we beat it? Well, there's 60 of you. I know, but salad isn't good enough for 60 of us to vote. But you're going to eat dog shit if you don't vote. I know, but salad isn't good enough.
You got to give me a good enough salad.
Yeah, you got to give me a good enough salad, or I'm going to eat dog shit. And then you're eating dog shit going, you fucking made me eat dog shit, you motherfucker. I wanted a salad. You wouldn't let me have. You were
all you had to do
60 of you.
Was tell me I could have croutons on my salad, and I would have done it. Okay, it's your fucking fault. And again, and we are trying to make light of something that is actually. I don't know about you, but to me, this is actually one of, if not the most important elections in history.
And I apologize to dog shit for comparing you to Trump.
Paul says, "God damn it, is that our only choice?" Right now, yes, Paul. Yes, right now is between salad and dog shit. We just got to get the salad right. We got to get the right mix. Got to, I get it. And eventually, as long as we're eating something healthy, everyone can agree that salads are healthy, right?
No look. The bottom line is we might have dry romaine lettuce.
That's yes.
Okay. That might could happen. Yeah, we might not get a fucking
but at
gourmet
least it's
ass.
not dog shit. Corey says, if it's Wendy's, what's the difference? Well, let me on a little side note.
So you don't like Wendy's?
If you had to pick a
misogynist.
If you had to pick a choice between Wendy's and McDonald's, I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna go with Wendy's. A fresh made Wendy's burger.
You like Wendy's, all right.
I like Wendy's. Because I've been to McDonald's more times than I'm willing to admit in the last 2 weeks. But each time I've gotten a cheeseburger and ordered it special because theoretically they have to go make it fresh, and that shit has been fucking lukewarm at best.
It's funny to me that McDonald's is known for hamburgers, and out of all the fast food chains, they have the worst hamburgers. Yeah. Their fries are great. Yeah. I'm not going to argue that. Still got the best fries. For hamburgers, they're the worst.
I like Wendy's. Wendy's, if you get a fresh made Wendy's burger, I'm talking about like they make it right as you order it. It's one of the best burgers out there. My wife she don't like Wendy's. You know what she doesn't like about Wendy's? What is the most trippy thing? That they're square.
Right.
That's the thing that freaks her out.
I like Five Guys. I like Carl's Jr.'s got some good stuff. You know what though? I've been doing this for the environment. I've been eating the Beyond or Impossible Burger, Beyond Burger. Have you tried it?
How is it? No.
It's not identical. I mean, it's not Trump Bloomberg, but it's
callback, folks. It's callback.
It's pretty fucking good, man. It looks like meat. It tastes like meat. It tastes like a hamburger. So much so that my wife, who doesn't like meat, doesn't like it. No, she doesn't like it. She's like, it tastes like meat. I don't want it.
Oh wow.
She doesn't like meat.
In-N-Out is the exact opposite of Mickey D. Yeah, but you know what? Let me tell you something. I don't care what anybody says.
In-N-Out to me is the worst.
The burgers are mediocre, and those fries are trash. You would be better off actually putting salt on pieces of paper and eating those pieces of paper. Those fries are garbage, bro. Trash, and more trash.
Yeah, I know. That's the one thing. The Impossible Burger, it doesn't have as much saturated fat. It has as much fat. It does have a lot of saturated fat, which is weird. But it also has more sodium and the same number of calories, which bugs me. Right, except for the fact that the meat industry is this number 2 cause of climate change. So I'm trying to curb it back a little bit. Not that I don't eat hamburger.
Perfect. I'm not
that I don't eat hamburger, but when I can, I eat that because I'm like, but yeah, it pisses me off. I'm like, I'm eating all vegetables and it has more sodium, as much fat, and the same number of fucking calories. What the fuck? Come on, Impossible Burger.
You might as well. Yeah, I might as well just go back to the Possible Burger. I'm gonna stick with the Possible Burger, bro.
The Possible.
I'm gonna go with the Possible Burger. So we gotta get ready to go in a little bit.
Wait, hold up. This just in Darth Vader.
Darth Vader has been pardoned. Hey, man, let me tell you something, man. First of all, very misunderstood person. Being separated from your child, all right, all that time. The Force, who knows what the Force is really doing, huh? And who knows, maybe the dark side is good. Have you tried the dark side? Come on. Props to you, Vader. There you go.
Congratulations. Darth Vader.
Oh my God! Okay, so listen, you guys, we gotta get ready to bounce in a minute. I want to say thank you to everybody that's been sticking around so far because this has been an awesome show.
Oh shit! Another one. Not pardoned, but even though he's dead, they commuted the sentence of Charlie Manson.
Charles Manson.
He's commuted the sentence. Charles Manson. Posthumously, he said, "Hey, I just want to let you know that what he did wasn't so bad."
We don't promote leaders the way we should, and come on.
I mean, you have to at least give him a couple years off his sentence for his charisma.
That's it. And if anyone knows,
for being a short guy, he was small and had that much charisma.
Come on, bro. If anyone knows about Kool-Aid and drinking it and getting people to drink it, it's Charles Manson. So I see why Trump is a fan of this guy.
Wait, speaking of Kool-Aid, Jim Jones. Jim Jones. Full pardon. In fact, Jim Jones just got the posthumous Medal of Honor.
Hilarious.
So, congratulations, Jim Jones.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
They're coming in like gangbusters here, folks.
Hitler's ashes.
Oh, wow.
Hitler's ashes have been pardoned.
Very nice.
And actually, the designer of the swastika has.
Good.
And another one, the oven maker. The oven maker of Auschwitz.
Nice.
I want to say this, you guys. Understand. See, we got Anakin Skywalker back. That's right, we did. Here's the thing, you guys. Understand this, and I know we joke about it, but honestly, that's the only thing that can keep us from fucking going crazy. This is important. I can't stress this enough. And honestly, and I want to say this to you, and I mean this, bro. The fact that you are in a position that you don't have to care as much as you do means a lot. It means a lot to me. It means a lot to other people of color, and I want to say that to you for real, bro. Because when I say house money, Ian, let's look at him. Come on, it's like
I'm an albino black.
Somebody would look. A skinhead would walk in here and be like, "Why are you talking to me?" But he's not that dude. This dude cares not just about himself, but he cares about others that don't look like him, as well as his family, and his family cares the same. So I want to say to you guys. This is the type of situation that will help shit get fixed. This is. So all of you people out there acting like you won't have to suffer the pains that people that look like me or kind of like me have to deal with, understand this. There was a lot of women out there that thought Republicans being in power was not going to affect them. And guess what? You can't get abortions now. So empathy, I know we talk about this every show, but empathy means a lot. This dude is the epitome of that type of thinking.
Well, can I just go on record to say that actually the reason I want to vote this way is because I think climate change is going to end the white race. So
I take all that shit back.
Yeah. No, I'm like, if climate change destroys the planet, the white man will be destroyed. And what is going to become of a dead planet without the white man?
This program has been interrupted. All right, you guys.
Godzilla. Thank you, Corey. Appreciate it.
Oh, that's right. We did not see that. Godzilla has been pardoned. And understand something, you guys. You are just jealous because you're not as big as Godzilla.
Right.
Okay? This is what they call envy. All right? Size envy. And don't shame him for being as big as he is.
No.
Thank you, Mr. Trump.
Which is where green came from. Green with envy came from Godzilla. He's green.
Yes. Okay, and I think he pardoned him because he wants to help him destroy the other things that are...
Well, and like Hitler, the Japanese were an ally. So he's trying to do everything Hitler did. So he's going for the Japanese vote right now.
I'm for climate change now. There you go. Yeah,
all right, there you go. Power to the environmentalist white man.
Hilarious. All right, so that's where we're done here. You can find Ian at
IanHarrisComedian.com. Oh, give me a couple dates. If you're going to be in Santa Cruz on March 7th, Santa Cruz, California, I will be at DNA's Comedy Lab. It's a new place. I will be in San Diego at Comedy Palace on the 14th. And I'm going to be doing a big convention, Atheist Day in Austin for a whole weekend in March 21st, 22nd, 23rd, but that whole weekend in Austin, Texas at the Capitol. I'll be speaking at the Capitol. And then doing a show that night in Austin, Texas. So the March 7th, March 14th, March 21st. Boom, boom, boom. If you're in any of those cities,
go check them out.
Come and check it out. You're going to be somewhere soon, too.
Vegas. I'll be in Vegas first week of March at the Comedy Cellar at the Rio. First week of March 2nd through 8th. And then there's a project coming up I can't tell you guys about yet just because I don't know all the details, but that's coming up. And then I'll be in Florida. Dude, this will be my first time in Florida.
Right?
In 3 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little bit.
That's a little convenient. Mar-a-Lago, 3 years. I think it's a conspiracy. Do not let that guy in here,
dude. I have not been to Florida since this dude has been president, and honestly, I'm wondering how. Because when I start advertising for it,
right?
I have to start putting information out. So what people do now. They go research and they'll look and see what your affiliation is.
Right.
So I don't know how this shit's going to play out. So I may or may not make it back from Florida, you guys. But I'll be there the first week of April, but other things in between then. So anyway, you can find me at comediantybarnett.com, which has links to all the social media stuff, Twitter, Instagram, and all that stuff. If you didn't see the Conan set, it will be put on my website and all that stuff. Love each other, man. I know we got a little amped up on this episode, but it really comes from a good place. It comes from a good place, man. We just want shit to get better, man. God damn, dude. Every day is something. So, thank you to everybody that tuned in. Let me go through this list.
Be sure to like our podcast. Yeah, Marianne on our side, Scott. We got Paul, Corey,
Nate, George,
Sarge,
Alberto, Sarge,
Deborah,
my mom. Actually, my dad tuned in too. That's crazy. Will, what up? Zalanda, and Stace and Toby. And I think that
Kim earlier. We had a few earlier people.
Thank you for tuning in. Thank you guys for taking time out your day. Yes, thank you for taking time out your day. Thank you for tuning in. And everybody that's been giving us good feedback, we appreciate that. Don't think we don't notice it. We notice it, and we appreciate it. Thank you for doing that.
SiriusXM, we coming for you.
That's right. Critical and thinking. Peace, motherfucker.